students, welcome you all in the next lecture of Mathematics 1. We are solving practice set 3.5 from chapter 3 polynomials. Okay, so in that we have completed up to question number 7. Now let us move towards question number 8. I am reading the question. If x minus 2 is a factor of x cube minus mx square plus 10x minus 20, then find the value of n. Here this is the given polynomial and this is the divisor. It is told that divisor is the factor of the polynomial or dividend. So by factor theorem what we can say here is the remainder is 0. And how to get the remainder? If we take this polynomial as px and here we have minus 2. So we have to take opposite number here. So here we can write that p of 2 is 0. So let us write down that statement. By factor theorem, if x minus 2 is a factor of px, means this polynomial, then p of 2 is 0. As I have said, you have to take opposite number. Here we have minus 2. So we are taking here 2. Now let us take the given polynomial as px. Okay. So write down px is equal to x cube minus mx square plus 10x minus 20. Now we have to find out p of 2. That means x we will replace by 2 everywhere. So let us write down p of 2. In place of x, let us write down 2 everywhere. Okay, so what we got? Therefore, p of 2 is equal to 2 cube minus m into 2 square plus 10 into 2 minus 20. Okay, now what you can see here is 10 into 2 is 20 plus 20 here you can see. This is plus 20 and this is minus 20 cancelled. Okay, so in the next now step we are going to ignore these two terms. So what we are going to get here now, see, in place of p2 we are writing 0. See, we have written here by factor theorem p of 2 is 0, the remainder is 0. So we are replacing p of 2 by 0 here. 2 cube is 8, 2 square is 4 and 4 into minus m is minus 4m. So we got this step, 0 is equal to 8 minus 4m. Now let us shift this 4m this side. So minus 4m will become plus 4m and we will get 4m is equal to 8. And from that we will get m is equal to 2, which is the value of the unknown present here. Okay, so I hope you must have understood this question. Write it down. Okay, so I hope you must have completed it. Let us go towards next question. So that is question number 9. By using factor theorem in the following examples, determine whether qx is a factor of px or not. So here we are provided with px as one polynomial and qx as another polynomial. Here px is dividend and qx is divisor, and we have to check whether here qx is a factor of px or not, and we have to use factor theorem. That means we should find remainder here, and if that remainder is 0, then qx is factor of px, otherwise it is not a factor. Okay, so let us start with the first sum. In first sum, px is equal to x cube minus x square minus x minus 1. Then write down the divisor, that is qx. Okay, so qx is equal to x minus 1. Now we have to find out remainder. That means we have to take the opposite number here. So you can write down that. Okay. By factor theorem, if qx is a factor of px, then p of 1 is 0. As I have said, here we have minus 1. So we have to think of the opposite number, that is plus 1. Okay. Now let us find out p of 1 by using this px. That means x we are replacing by 1 everywhere. Okay. So write down. Therefore p of 1 is equal to 1 cube minus 1 square minus 1 and minus 1 as it is. Okay, so simply x is replaced by 1 here. Then in next step you know that 1 cube is 1 only, 1 square is also 1. And here what we are going to get is, see, this 1 cube is 1, 1 square is 1, and this minus 1 and minus 1 is minus 2. Okay, so you can clearly see here plus 1 and minus 1 is cancelled, and you will get the answer as minus 2, which is not equal to 0. We got the remainder as minus 2, which is not equal to 0. What statement we wrote here? If qs is factor of px, then p of 1 should be 0. But did we get 0 here? No. We got here minus 2. Therefore, we can say that qx is not a factor of px. If we are getting 0 here, then it's a factor. If we are not getting 0, then not a factor. Okay, complete it. And then similarly, you can solve question number 2 as homework. Exactly similar manner. You will write down px, you will write down qx, then you will write down the statement. By factor theorem, if qx is a factor of px, then here in place of 1 you will write 3, because here you have minus 3. And then you will find for p of 3. If you are getting 0, then it's a factor, otherwise not a factor. Correct? I hope you must have completed it. Okay. Now let us go further towards the factors of the polynomial. Okay. Before that, from practice set 3.5, these 4 questions are cancelled. For this particular year, these questions will not arrive for the evaluation. Okay. So you also note it down that these 4 questions are cancelled from practice set 3.5. Now let us go further. Now here we have to do certain revision which you have done in lower standards. In lower standards you have learned how to find the factors of the polynomials. Okay. So let us take some of the examples here. From that, first one here is minus 4x square. 4x square minus 25. So here if you observe carefully, these both the terms are perfect square. 4x square is the perfect square of 2x. So write down 4x square as 2x the whole square. Minus here 25 is a square of 5. Correct? Then you know the formula that a square minus b square is equal to a plus b and a minus b. Okay, so this formula is used here. See, in place of a you have 2x, and in place of b you have 5. Can you see it here? Okay, so clearly you can see here that the in place of this a you have 2x, and in place of b you have 5. So a plus b. So 2x plus 5 is written and a minus b means 2x minus 5 is written. Okay, so this way the factors are found out. Okay, now I am erasing this part. Okay, so that we can see the next sum here only. So I am erasing this whatever I have written to understand. Okay, so I am going towards the next question now. Okay, so next question, question number 2 here. See, 3x square plus 7x plus 2. Okay, you know that this is a quadratic polynomial. We have seen with the degree with 2 is called as quadratic polynomial. And here in this polynomial, what we have to do is we have to factorize it by splitting the middle term. For that purpose, we are going to multiply here the first number, that is 3, and the last number, that is 2. So 3 into 2, what I got? 6. Can you see I got 6? Now this 6 I will split in such a way that the multiplication should be 6 and the addition should be 7. See the middle term here. Okay, this 7. So addition should be 7 and multiplication should be 6. So these numbers are 6 and 1. So I got the two numbers. So I am going to split this plus 7x here. Whatever plus 7x is given, I am going to split it as 6 plus 1. 7 I will write as 6 plus 1. Why plus only? Because I want addition here. And you can see that here the sign is positive. So both the factors 6 and 1, they will have the same sign. Okay. So 7 is split as 6 and 1. Afterwards the grouping is done. See, this is one group and this is another group. From this group the common is taken out. So you can see that 3x is common here. So 3x is written outside. So from 3x square, when 3x is removed, x is left out inside. Plus, here 6 is there. From 6, 3 is taken out. See here, you can see the factors. From 6, if 3 is taken out, what is left? 2. So that 2 is written here. Okay. So here common is taken out and these two terms are written as 3x inside the bracket x plus 2. Now in this group, you cannot see anything common. So in that case, you are going to take out 1 as common. Always keep in mind. If nothing is common, then take 1 as common. And in the bracket, you write down these terms as it is. What you will find is this first bracket and second bracket is exactly same. See, this is one term now and this is second term. And in these two terms also you can see that x plus 2 is common. So that x plus 2 is written in one bracket and in second bracket the remaining things are written, that is 3x plus 1. This way we have factorized this particular polynomial into two factors. You can see that here multiplication sign, nothing is seen, means multiplication sign is there. So these two are the factors of this polynomial. Okay. So these are textual questions. Let us go further. Let us see more sums from the textbook itself. Once again you will see here that the question is 36x square. So you will take the first number, that is 36, and the last number, that is minus 2. So you will multiply. I'm sorry, it's not 36, it's 63. I'm reading exactly opposite. 63 into minus 2. Okay. So when I will multiply this, I am going to get negative number. So here, for splitting the middle term, I have to think of the subtraction. See, 63 into 2, if you multiply, what you are going to get? 126. Okay, so that 126 you have to split in such a way that the difference between the two terms should be 5. Here you are going to think of difference. Okay. So 126, how I will split? I will split it as 14 into 9. 14 nines are 126. That I know. But here now, since we are doing subtraction, these numbers are having opposite signs. One is positive and one is negative. Now which number will have plus sign and which number will have minus sign? To decide that, you have to observe the sign of the middle term. See, middle term is positive and therefore the bigger number is positive and the smaller number is negative. So minus 126 I have split as plus 14 and minus 9. Okay. So now you can see the split here. You can see clearly that how the number 5 is written. 5 is written as plus 14 minus 9. Okay. So while writing the second step, first term is written as it is. Then second term or middle term is split. 14 minus 9. Number 5 is split as 14 minus 9 and x is written in front of that. Okay. And the last term minus 2 is taken as it is. Then next is to take the group. See, this is one group, first two terms, and this is second group. Okay. So here you will observe that 14 and 63 are there in the table of 7. So 7 is common. Also the variable x is common. So take out 7x as common. Now from 63, if the 7 is taken out as a factor, what is left out is 9. So 9x is written here. Plus, you know that 7 2s are 14. So 2 is written. Okay. So when we take out 7x common from this, what we are going to get? 7x inside the bracket 9x plus 2. Okay. Now see these two terms. Here nothing is seen common. Okay. As I have said. But you will observe that minus sign is common. And then I said that you have to take 1 as common. So take minus 1 as common. And since you are taking minus 1 as common, signs of both these terms will change. So inside the bracket you will write 9x plus 2. And then one more thing, always you have to keep in mind that these two brackets are always same. Okay. So here that same bracket you will write it as a single bracket down in next step. And the remaining things or remaining terms here you will write in second bracket. Okay. This way you are going to factorize it. Okay. So this was example number 3. Let us go towards one more example. Okay. 6x square minus 5x minus 6. So here also this is plus 6 and this is minus 6. So 6 into minus 6 is minus 36. Again you will think of subtraction. Now you will find two numbers whose multiplication is 36 and difference is 5. Where to see the difference? Here. Okay. So 36 multiplication and difference is 5. So you know that 36 comes in the table of 9. 9 4s are 36. Then for the bigger number sign, you have to take the middle term sign. So 9 is bigger. So 9 will be negative and 4 will be positive. Always keep in mind here, when the last term is negative, you will think of subtraction. And in that case, these two terms will have opposite signs. One is positive, one is negative. Then and then only you can go for subtraction. Because if the signs are same, you are going to add the numbers. Okay. So this thing you have to keep in mind. If the sign of the last term is negative, you are going to think of subtraction. And if the sign of the last term is positive, you will think of addition. So here, this minus 5x is split as minus 9x plus 4x. Then the next steps are similar. Here you have to take out common and here you have to take out common. So see, 6 and 9 they come in the table of 3 and x is there. So 3x we will take out common. So inside the bracket you will get 2x minus 3 because 3 2s are 6 and 1x is taken, so 1x is remaining. So 2x from the first term is remaining and 3 3s are 9. So 3 from the second term is remaining. Take the sign same. So here we have taken out common. Now observe here. 4 and 6, you know that they come in the table of 2. So here you can take 2 common. In the previous examples we saw that nothing was common, so we took 1 as common. But here we can see 2 is common. So 2 is taken out common. 2 2s are 4. So here 2x will come, minus sign, and 2 3s are 6. So here 3 will come. Once again you will observe that these two brackets are same. So take out that common, 2x minus 3, and in the second bracket write down the remaining things, that is 3x plus 2. This way we are going to factorize. You have to keep these all things in mind, that how you are going to factorize. In the beginning I gave you all the expansion formulas. A plus b the whole square, a minus b the whole square, a square minus b square. All these formulas are very helpful here. We have to use them. Okay. Now let us move towards the last exercise of this chapter, that is practice set 3.6. And here we have to find out the factors of the polynomials given below. Okay, so the first question here is 2x square plus x minus 1. Okay, so let us start solving it. Here you observe the coefficient of the first term is 2 and here it is minus 1. So go for multiplication. 2 into minus 1 is equal to minus 2. Okay, so we got minus 2 here. Now the next thing, the sign of the third term is negative. You can see that here we have got the negative sign. So we have to think of subtraction. Two numbers whose multiplication is 2 and difference is 1. Okay, for difference you have to see the middle term. Only x is written there, x means 1x. So we will split 2 as 2 into 1 because 2 ones are 2 and 2 minus 1 is 1. So we got the numbers. Then the next thing is to decide the sign. Here you will observe that the sign of the middle term is positive. So the bigger number is positive and the smaller number is negative. So you got here the factors. What are the factors here? The factors are plus 2 and minus 1. Okay. So we are going to split this plus x as plus 2x minus x. Okay. So let us write down that factors. Okay. So while writing the second set, see the first term is written as it is. Correct. Then this plus x is written as plus 2x minus x. You can see here we have got the factors. So plus 2x minus x, and the last term is written as it is. Now the next step is to group. See, this is one group. Okay. Here you are going to make one group of this first 2 and here one more group. Okay. So in this way you are going to make the groups. So when after making the groups, let us take out common. So what you will observe here is 2x is common here. So 2x is taken out common. Inside the bracket I got x plus 1. See, from 2x square, 2x is removed. So only x is left out. And here from 2x, 2x is taken out. But it doesn't mean that nothing is left out inside. 1 is there. Always keep in mind. Okay. After multiplying, we should get these two terms. Okay. So don't forget to write down this plus 1. You will think that 2x is taken out, nothing is left. But it is not like that. You have to write down plus 1 there. Okay. Now here you will observe that x and minus 1. Nothing is in common here. Minus sign is in common and therefore we are going to take out minus 1 as common. And since the minus sign is taken out here, signs of both these terms will change. These negative sign will become positive. Now you got here, this is the bracket x plus 1 and this is also x plus 1, which is again common. So write that as the first bracket and the remaining things you will write in second bracket. Okay, so 2x from here and minus 1 from here. In this way we have factorized it. Okay, so write it down. If you want, you can write down this in the right hand side as I have written. Okay, so to understand better, you can write how the middle term is split. If you understand the trick, it is very easy and you should not ignore this, because in 10th standard again you have the chapter called as quadratic equations, and in that you have to use these factors. The same method you are going to use in 10th standard. Okay, so try to understand it. As I have said, try to follow all the instructions which I gave just now, how to factorize it. Okay, now let us go towards the next question. Question number 2. 12x square plus 61x plus 77. Okay, so here also now we will see the coefficient of the first term, that is 12, into coefficient of last term, see 77 and 12. So you have to multiply. Now here don't go for actual multiplication. You will get a quite big number and then you cannot think of the factors. Instead, keep the number as it is. Now start thinking. How to think? First of all, observe the sign of the last term, that is positive. So we are going to think of addition. Here we want two numbers whose multiplication is 12 into 77 and the addition should be 61. Okay. So now what I am doing, observe carefully. This 12 I am splitting as 4 into 3 and 77 I am splitting as 11 into 7. Okay, so now I have 4 numbers here. From that 4 numbers I will take combinations. For example, if I take 4 into 11, that is 44, and remaining 2 are 3 into 7, that is 21. So 44 plus 21, I am not going to get 61. So this combination will not help me. Instead, if I take 3 into 11, that is 33, and 4 into 8, that is 28. 33 plus 28, I am going to get 61. Yes or no? So here I got the two numbers, 33 and 28. So these are the two factors of 12 into 77 whose addition is 61. So in the next step I will write down that. I am going to split the middle term as 33x plus 28x. The next step is to make the groups. So make the groups here. So after making the groups, what you will find here is some numbers are common here. And which are those common numbers you have to think? 12 and 33. Both are divisible by 3. So you can take as number 3 common. Also you can take x as common. So from these two terms, you can take out 3x as common. And here 28 and 77 both are divisible by 7. So in this you can take as 7 as common. So think it and act accordingly. So from the first bracket we are taking 3x common, and from the second group we are taking 7 as common. Okay. So when I am taking out 3x as common, 3 4s are 12. So here 4x is left out. And if you divide 33 by 3, you are going to get 11. Okay. So taking out common here is important. See, after multiplying here, you should get the same terms. See, 3x into 4x, 12x square. 3x into 11, 33x. Okay. So this way you have to think and take out common. From here, plus 7 is taken out common. 7 4s are 28. So 4x plus 7 into 11 is 77. So 11 is written. And what you have to keep in mind is this bracket and this bracket is always same. So once you get this bracket, without thinking much, you can write down this bracket also as the same. Then in next step now, you will observe that 4x plus 11 is common. So write that as one bracket, and the remaining terms, that is 3x plus 7, that you will write as the second bracket. In this way, you are going to get the factors. Okay. So copy it down. Only you have to follow the instructions properly. If the last term sign is positive, you will think of addition. And if the last term sign is negative, you will think of subtraction. Then in case of such bigger numbers, don't go for multiplication. Instead, split it like this, factorize it like this, and try to take the particular combinations so that you can split the middle term properly, okay, according to our requirement. Okay. There are more sums, but today time is up. So the remaining sums we will discuss in the next lecture. Okay. As I have told you, start solving problem set. I am going to discuss MCQs. Then question number 3, 4, 5, 6 all are exactly similar. Multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, operations on polynomials we have done in practice set 3.3 and 3.4. Okay, so you will do problem set by yourself. As I have told previously, I am going to solve only the difficult examples. Write in coefficient form, write in standard form, write in index form. Everything is discussed and that is very easy. So problem set you are going to solve by yourself. And if you have any query, you can ask on the WhatsApp group. Okay, students, so today we are stopping here. Thank you.